had always noticed the house, but it was so overgrown you really couldn't see much. Looked at the house, fell in love with it, went to the city of Palm Springs to pull all the original paperwork, all the original permits and what have you were in Frank Sinatra's name.
Ignorance was bliss for property investor and renovator Mark Sanders, who bought this model of mid-century modernism 2 years ago for under $200,000.
This house is what Palm Springs was. If somebody wants to get a true feeling of the old Hollywood glamour and the Palm Springs architecture, what we're all being recognized for right now, this house is a prime example.
50 years ago, Palm Springs was on the cutting edge of cool. Tinseltown's top stars, including the chairman of the board, called this desert hideaway their home away from home.
Sinatra had been coming to the desert for about a year before he decided this is really where he wanted to spend more time.
In 1947, Old Blue Eyes commissioned Palm Springs architect Stewart Williams to construct this low-slung structure with a cinemascope mountain view.
Sinatra walked in and basically said, I want you to design a house. He wanted a Georgian-type mansion. That not working very well in the desert, they talked him into doing more of a modern-type home.
Wanting it his way, Sinatra gave the architect a 3-month deadline to complete construction.
Stewart Williams' office said this could not be done, and of course Sinatra said, I don't care what has to be done, except this house will be built for my Christmas party.
With crews working around the clock, the house was completed in time. Called Twin Palms, it became the desert hotspot for Hollywood's in crowd. It was teeny time when Sinatra hoisted a golf flag.
Bob and Dolores Hope lived around the corner, so they would walk right over here. Carmen Miranda's house was right around the corner, so she came here and entertained everybody quite often.
When Sinatra divorced his first wife, Nancy, and married sultry star Ava Gardner in 1951, the house provided a backdrop for their tempestuous romance.
There was also a party at the house where Sinatra and Ava Gardner got into a fight. They were entertaining 65 guests poolside, and to spite Frank, she took off all of her clothes, went to the diving board, and did a nude swan dive into the swimming pool in front of all 65 guests, who of course applauded her afterwards.
A piano-shaped pool played to Sinatra's ear for music and sense of humor.
He also wanted piano keys incorporated in the pool somehow. The architect, thinking that that might be a little too hokey, came up with the concept of the overhang with the cutouts that would create a black and white shadow cast at or on about high noon, which were the piano keys, which was quite a conversation piece when people were out by the pool partying.
When Mark bought the Sinatra house 2 years ago, it hadn't been updated for 40 years.
I basically stripped the house and completely dismantled it. You could stand on one street and look through the house through the other street. Replaced anything that needed replacing, and then, like a jigsaw puzzle, put the house back together, but mostly with new material. The house was restored back to, or even better, as to what the structure was in 1947.
Mark restored the house with 50s flair. The outside comes inside with 12-foot sliding glass doors and a flagstone entry. Neutral desert hues complement the retro decor.
In the living room, the sofas are very important pieces. They're designed by Florence Knoll, made by the Knoll Company, which was very high-end and popular in the 40s and 50s. There's a Rob Johns Giddings coffee table.
Reproduction fabrics from the era harmonize beautifully with concrete floors covered by a cashmere rug.
Off the seating area of the living room is a game table, which is Vladimir Kagan. It's in a spot which is most used by me. It has my favorite view of the outside garden, the mountains, and the Chihuly glass display which I have.
The Technicolor view from the dining room is enjoyed best from this 6-seat table by Noel and a Paul Laszlo buffet.
In designing the kitchen, I wanted to keep the same format and layout that existed, but I really needed a kitchen for the 90s, so I needed to update quite a bit.
Black granite countertops combined with cherry oak cabinets are very 90s, while stainless steel appliances add a touch of nostalgia to this gourmet kitchen. The master bedroom, where Sinatra slept and housed some of his personal effects, mingles history with Mark's style.
In the master bedroom, the original chairs that sat are still there, of course being redone, but they're in the same spot that they were. The original radio that was in the room still is there. The upholstered bed in the room is a replica of a design used in the late 40s, early 50s.
Homages to old Hollywood hang above this antique Japanese dresser. Down the hall is daughter Nancy's old bedroom.
The furniture in the east bedroom, the main guest bedroom. The bedroom set and nightstands are Hayward Wakefield. The chairs are Corbusier. The desk chair is a Herman Miller Ames cradle leather wrapped chair.
Frank Jr.'s room, redone as Mark's den, is retrofitted with an antique car collection and one of Sinatra's telephones.
In the second bedroom, that's a complete 10-piece set designed by Rob's John Gibbings, a very important set, all teak, and quite rare. People remember this house for fun times and parties, and the house reflects that.
Rhythm and style restored, Twin Palms is swinging again, nice and easy. Its price tag, over $2 million. The privilege of living among Frank Sinatra's memories, priceless.
And being that the house is so comfortable, I really have never slept better in any house than this. The house is just full of good vibes and good spirits.